my poster is about the federal response to the human trafficking problem. That is a global travesty that's currently going on. Human trafficking altogether, including enforced sex work and migrant workers, people who are trafficked for organs, cells, and tissues, all of that together makes up the third largest illegal global industry, and sex work is by far the biggest part of that. And to me, it's kind of ridiculous that we live in a time where sex slavery, or any kind of slavery at all, is still happening, and I'm pleased that there's a federal response to it at this level. It's been ratified as part of the Violence Against Women Act, which is great. However, despite all of its incredible funding, it's very ineffective. In America, annually about 50 to 60,000 women and children are trafficked into America. And we're not really sure about how many are domestically trafficked, but of those 50 or 60,000, only 220 or 230 per year receive benefits, because we're really strict about what makes these women and children deserve these benefits.
So I chose this plan because prescription drug abuse is an epidemic in the United States, and especially mortality from drug abuse. In 2011, prescription drug abuse accounted for more accidental deaths than car accidents and suicide combined. And also, from my work in the dual diagnosis unit of a psychiatric hospital, I've observed some patterns in the people that present, and I would say that prescription drug abuse is a gateway drug more so than alcohol or marijuana. So this needs to be addressed, because most of the people that present, especially with opioid painkillers, eventually end up addicted to heroin, whereas they probably wouldn't have been exposed to those drugs if it wasn't for the prescription painkiller.
I've got a real interest in Buddhism and psychotherapy, and I wanted to see about linking the two more, I suppose. So I started with the recognition that mindfulness in psychology is really prominent these days, mindfulness practices, but I feel like at this point they're presented more like a technique, and maybe something is lost by not linking mindfulness practice more with Buddhist philosophical tenets. So the project was sort of making an argument for the value in linking Buddhist philosophy into mindfulness practice and psychotherapy practice in general. I did a review of the historical dialogue between Western psychology and Buddhism. Then I focused a bit on Buddhist philosophy and did an overview of the comparisons between psychoanalytic theory and Buddhism that have been made over the past 50 years. Ultimately, I ended up making some suggestions about how we can infuse Buddhist tenets a bit more into Western psychotherapeutic practice, both on the implicit, kind of unspoken level, and also the more explicit level with patients. That's the snippet of the project, I would say. It was really rewarding for me. I really love this stuff, so it was an opportunity for me to dive in a bit more and really learn what's there.